Question 1. Where was the protagonist heading towards in the beginning of the chapter? A. Mount Kailash. B. Himalayas. C. Uttarakhand. D. Delhi. Answer. A. Mount Kailash. Question 2. What did Lamo give to the protagonist as a farewell gift? A. Long-sleeved sheepskin coat. B. Flowers. C. Leather coat. D. Shoes. Answer. A. Long-sleeved sheepskin coat. Question 3. Why did the driver take a shortcut to Changtang? A. He wanted to avoid traffic. B. He knew the shortest route towards Mount Kailash. C. He had to pick up another passenger. D. He didn't want to go to that town. Answer. B. He knew the shortest route towards Mount Kailash. Question 4. Where did the protagonist encounter the great herd of wild ass? A. At Mount Kailash. B. At Changtang. C. At a small town. D. Where the plains became more stony. Answer. D. Where the plains became more stony. Question 5. What did the protagonist notice in front of Nomad's tent? A. Big black Tibetan dogs. C. Grass. B. Sheeps. Answer. A. Big black Tibetan dogs. Question 6. What did the big Tibetan dogs do after they saw the approaching car? A. They ran behind it as a bullet fired from a gun. B. They ignored it. C. They barked towards the ear. D. They never saw it. Answer. A. They ran behind it as a bullet fired from a gun. Question 7. When did the protagonist feel pressure on his ears? A. When they reached Mount Kailash. B. When he was feeling sick in the car. C. When they entered a valley along icy river. D. When they were passing Nomad's tents. Answer. C. When they entered a valley along icy river. Question 8. Why did the driver stop the car at a sharp turn? A. He was tired and wanted to rest. B. Protagonist was feeling sick. C. Car's tire got punctured. D. Long track of snow was in front of them. Answer. D. Long track of snow was in front of them. Question 9. What were the protagonists, Daniel and Seton, doing when they saw the snow? A. Trying to enjoy the snow. B. Sat at a rock to take rest. C. Trying to move smoothly over snowy surface. D. They were trying to find a guest house. Anna. C. Trying to move smoothly over a narrow surface. Question 10. At what sea level were the three of them when they saw the snow on the road? A. 5,210 meters. C. 1,000 meters. B. 6,000 meters. D. 5,300 meters. Answer. A. 5,210 meters. Short answer type questions. Question 1. What was the farewell present given by Lamo to the author when he told her that he was going to Mount Kailash?
लामो द्वारा लेखक को दी गई विदाई क्या थी जब उसने उसे बताया कि यह कैलाश पर्वत जा रहा है?
Answer. The farewell present given by Lamo to the author when he told her that he was going to Mount Kailash was a long-sleeved sheepskin coat that normally shepherds wore. She felt that the coat would protect him from the cold weather on the mountain. Question 2. What did Seton say would be the only hurdle while they were on their way to Mount Kailash?
टेस्टन ने कैलाश पर्वत की यात्रा करते वक्त एकमात्र बाधा किसे कहा है?
Answer: Seton said that their journey to Mount Kailash would involve crossing several high mountain passes. He knew the way very well, but the only hurdle would be an hour on the way. He could not say anything for sure until they reached there. Question 3. How did the Tibetan masters react when they approached?
जब वे आगे बढ़े तो तिब्बती मैस्टिफ्स, शिकारी कुत्तों ने कैसी प्रतिक्रिया दी?
Answer: The dogs would cock their great big heads when they became aware of their approach and would fix them in their sights. As they drew nearer, they would explode into action, speeding directly towards them, like a bullet from a gun and nearly as fast. Question 4. How did the river appear as they entered the valley?
जब उन्होंने घाटी में प्रवेश किया तब नदी कैसी दिखाई दे रही थी?
Answer: As they entered the valley, the river became wide and mostly clogged with ice. It appeared brilliant white and glinting in the sunshine. Question 5. How did the author feel when they were at about 5,400 meters above sea level?
समुद्र तल से लगभग 5,400 मीटर ऊपर होने पर लेखक को कैसे लगा?
Answer: When they were at about 5,400 meters above the sea level, the road was covered with snow and the author felt his head throbbing horribly. He took some water from the bottle, which was to help a rapid ascent. Question 6. What troubled the author at Darchen?
दार्चेन में लेखक को किसने परेशान किया?
Answer: A bad cold troubled the author at Darchen. He was unable to go to sleep at night as his nostrils were blocked. When he was just dozing off, he woke up suddenly. He felt his chest becoming very heavy as he was not able to breathe in enough oxygen. Question 7. What did the author notice in Darchen?
दार्चेन में लेखक ने क्या देखा?
Answer: In Darchen, the author noticed that the people were very relaxed and unhurried, but there was a significant drawback. There were no pilgrims in Darchen. Question 8. Who was Norbu? Why had Norbu come to Kailash?
नोरबू कौन था? नोरबू कैलाश क्यों आया था?
Answer: Norbu was a Tibetan but worked in Beijing at the Chinese Academy of Social Sciences in the Institute of Ethnic Literature. He had come to Darchen to do the Kora of Mount Kailash, just like the author. Long answer type questions. Question 1. Describe the author's experiences at Darchen.
इस चेन में लेखक के अनुभवों का वर्णन कीजिए.
Answer: Both the author and Seton reached Darchen during late at night. They found a guest house to stay in. However, the author had serious sleep problems at night as he was suffering from the effects of the high altitude as well as a blocked nose. The next day, Seton took him to the Darchen Medical College for getting him treated. The doctor there told them that it was a common problem in this area and gave some medicine for him. Then Seton left him to return to Lhasa as, from here onwards, the author would have to go on foot at Darchen. He found people very relaxed and unhurried, but he could not find pilgrims there as he had reached there very early in the pilgrim season. Then he met Norbu, who was a Tibetan working in Beijing. He also had come for Kora. They decided to climb Kailash together, as both were not devout pilgrims and had no desire to prostrate themselves all round the mountain. Question 2. How was his experience of horror stark contrast to the accounts he had read of the earlier travelers?
कोर के बारे में उनका अनुभव उन विवरणों के विपरीत था जो उन्होंने पहले के यात्रियों के पढ़े थे।
Answer. Kor was a small town placed in the back on the main east-west highway that followed the old trade route from Lhasa to Kashmir. The author found the place very grim and miserable. There was no vegetation whatsoever, just dust and rocks, liberally scattered with years of accumulated rubbish left behind by tourists. The town sat on the shore of Lake Manasarova, Tibet's holiest stretch of water. Ancient Hindu and Buddhist scriptures tell that Lake Manasarova was the source of four great Indian rivers, Indus, Ganges, Sutlej and Brahmaputra. Actually only the Sutlej flows from the lake, but the headwaters of the others all rise nearby on the slopes of Mount Kailash. His experience in Hor came as a stark contrast to accounts he had read of earlier travelers' first encounters with Lake Manasarova. Ikai Kawaguchi, a Japanese monk who had arrived there in 1900, was so moved by the sanctity of the lake that he burst into tears. Similarly, in 1902, Sven Hedin from Sweden was also moved by the vision of the lake. However, now you could only find open-air dumps of rubbish in the town. Question 3. Justify the title Silk Road.
सिल्क रोड शीर्षक का औचित्य सिद्ध कीजिए।
Answer. The Silk Road is not a single highway, but a network of overland routes linking Europe with Asia, making trade possible between those with a passion for silk, horses and exotic fauna and flora. It's a thread that links east and west, a network of veins that pump new lifeblood into mighty empires, a fabled route trodden by innumerable adventurers through the ages. Yet, underlying this romantic trail is one of the most extraordinary tracts of land on this planet, a vast region separating China from the Mediterranean world that rates as one of the least hospitable areas on Earth. It was the difficulty of crossing such unforgiving territory that kept East and West apart for so long, allowing them to develop in their own distinct ways. The author records the challenges and hardships he faced in the Silk Road regions as they are now. The reader find it refreshing to traverse such vast of the natural world tracts while unchanged from earlier days.
Thanks for watching. वीडियो को लाइक करें और चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें। ओके।